This boat, we actually got this last August and started fishing it in January this year. We actually found it laying not too far around the coast here at Hayland Island, which had been decommissioned, and we brought it back into entry in the commission of registry, ship's registry, and saved it from the scrap heap really. Name's Ronnie East, the age is 44 years old. I've been in the fishing industry for the last 18 years. Before then I was a fruit importer and been into it, as I say, for the last years and that, and basically continue to do so hopefully. Typical day, well, I get up in the morning, I live inland so I have about an hour and a half travelling down to work here, setting up the stall in the morning to open up for 9 o'clock, serving customers all day, collecting fish from off of our own boat, running out to other ports to bring it in. Basically close at 4 and get in about 6 at night, so it's quite long hours in the fishing industry. That happened all by accident really, yeah. I used to have pleasure boats before buying fishing boats and sort of like just tried to start off making a living out of it and went on from there. Boat would be costing us a total of overall 75,000 with the fishing licence. For fishing really, like good fishing would be November through to about January. That's when you get a lot of tonnage landed then. It is a tough living indeed, yeah.
How do you feel about it now? Do you enjoy the job?
Yeah, I do tremendously, yeah. I wouldn't be able to do anything else really. Well, the skipper, he goes out on the boat basically on his own. He runs the boat single-handed, other than what, like if my son's not in the shop there, he would go out, and then we've got another lad that works in the shop there full-time and one part-time. Yeah, Chris has been with me now for about 2.5 years. He's been in the fishing industry for the last 35 years. He's a very knowledgeable skipper. Basically, he knows all the grounds, where to go to, what, you know, to different species of fish to bring us back in, what we're requiring. If we're short on skate, wing, he would go out and catch that. If we wanted plaice or bass or whatever, he manages to, you know, bring enough in for us to keep the counter running, like, for the public. Good fisherman actually, and a good all-round guy. He can do a bit of welding and he can do net mending and engineering work. So that keeps the costs of, you know, not having to have other trades in to do all your maintenance work and that.
How do you feel about working with your son?
It has its ups and downs actually, because he has different ideas being a lot younger than myself, which sometimes have proven me to be wrong, and the ideas that he's come up with have been good. And other times, like, you've got to pull the reins in because he could get a bit carried away himself on doing things that would end up costing the company money. My wife doesn't have any active part in the business other than what, just checking on the bookwork weekly. What we tend to do in our company is that we take the cost of running the vessel and the cost of the skipper's wages, and then we do a markup on the cost of the stall, and that's how we judge it out per kilo to the public.
How many catches are you most likely to get on each day?
Well, it all depends really, because sometimes you could sort of like steam for 2 hours, you could, and you do sort of like 2 or 3 tows and come back in. And then we've got the quotas, say for this month, that we're only allowed to catch, I think it's 1/2 ton of plaice, which if you were sort of like a normal fisherman having to sail into one of the larger markets, it wouldn't be enough for them to survive on. But it is enough for what we move on our own shop counter. And the same with sole and other different species of fish. Out of 60 days, of a calendar month, I think that we actually are allowed about 34 at sea. The future ideas at today's climate is not to expand any further at the present and just wait as we are, because like I think at the stage of this time of the year now that people are beginning to feel the pinch of all the other utility bills are raising in the daily costs of their life, and to expand now would be the wrong time. So we're going to just wait small at the moment as we are. Wow, the good old supermarkets, they can always beat the local fishmonger because they can buy it by the tonnage and they can do such a good deal on it where we couldn't. If they, for example, if they were buying in, say, 3.5 tonne of bass, say, send into one of those stalls locally at Havant or somewhere like that, they could offer it probably £1.50 to £2 a kilo cheaper than what we can. But to bear in mind, the customer is only buying pre-packed fish that's travelled overland and not daily caught. But sometimes the consumer, it does tend to run along with that.
Does that affect your business?
It does really, yeah. It does, yeah. Because, as I say, they can offer such good deals on it that which we wouldn't be able to match, really.
Do you think the quality of the fish is better than the stuff you sell?
The quality wouldn't be better at all, because the stuff that they would be buying is, as I say, we run a day boat here which lands onto the quay every day. And the quality of their fish would be, say, at sea for 14 days and then put into storage perhaps for another day and then distributed out to each shop from the warehouse, and it could be travelling overland for a further 2 days. So there's no way there'd be a quality the same as what our fish.
Does it annoy you, the fact that they sell a lot more than you?
Yeah, it probably does, the same as it would annoy the guy in the electrical shop, because they do toasters, hoovers and everything now in these shops, don't they, big mega stores, and it does drive small businesses out of the competition of it all, really. But at the end of the day, there's such giant chains that what can anybody do about it?
So are you happy with what you've got?
I'm very happy with what we got. As I say, I'm not looking to expand any further this year, and hopefully just keep fighting off all the big competition.